This is video of Tina Peters. And Tina Peters, obviously we've been talking about it. She's the former, I believe, Mesa election commission person. And right here, she's about to be arrested. And this is the woman, and first and foremost, the person that is the reason for all this is the president of the United States right now. And she literally was found guilty in election denying voting machine data breach. And if you recall, Old Dominion got a check for almost $1 billion from Fox because of all the lies that Trump was telling and that their network was spewing. These are the people that the right wing right now are saying should be freed.
Give me my key to my car.
Rioter Ashley Babbitt was shot and killed. And they're talking about her family should get reparations. But these are the type of people, look at her. She's resisting arrest.
Take my purse.
She's being difficult. She's yelling at law enforcement. But these people are supposed to be about law enforcement. They love the police and all of this kind of stuff.
If you're not going to cooperate,
look at her,
charged with
obstructing.
Let go
obstruction
of
of justice. And she kicked at a police officer before all of this.
You're bruising me. Let go.
These people need to be held accountable, and I'm glad she's in jail, and I hope she never
Stand up
gets
like
out.
an adult.
Shut up. What an asshole thing to say to me.
You see that? Look at her. Entitlement. That's how these people that support Trump, a lot of them. Obviously, you know, this is where the facts are frequent and the nonsense stops here. There is no spin. We don't do nonsense on this channel. The video that you saw was of Tina Peters. She was the Mesa County clerk that went to jail. I believe she got sentenced for 9 years. And this is Law and Crime, how they put it. She was one of numerous pro-Donald Trump politicians who peddled conspiracy theories about the 2020 election while simultaneously running for positions with substantial control over voting practices in their respective states. Her campaign was interrupted by a 13-count indictment against her and Belinda Kinsley, another ex-deputy who subsequently pled guilty. The 10 charges against Peter accused her of the counts of attempting to influence a public servant. The person that is also part of that, I believe, agenda, he is in the White House right now, and he is the president of the United States. But obviously, Donald Trump was not, and I repeat, he was not convicted of he was a 34-count felon, but he wasn't convicted of the election fraud or anything like that. So I'm going to go over, and this is where we are right now. You got President Trump that can dress up as the Pope, accepted by MAGA, and they don't care if people that are Catholics that are offended. If you are offended as a Catholic, you are just some lib, and you should shut up because that's how you are. But I want to touch on Badger State Resistance. Badger State Resistance is a very interesting, they are a media outlet, so let me not be insulting. But Justin and Dan have lost their way a little bit because they accuse, and I wrote this down, they go after Wisconsin right now, and all I see from Jim and Jessica are quality news stories, things along those lines. And if you go to Wisconsin right now, if you go to Badger State's Resistance Facebook page, they said president calls for the release of a Gold Star mother. And then it has his something from Truth Social. And just the people in the chat, this is what some of them are saying. It's about time, long overdue, free her now, give her a pardon. There's one thing about Trump supporters. There's usually three things I always say, but the one thing they don't understand, a lot of them, is how government actually works. I'm just going to say that Trump can't pardon her, and everyone that's intelligent knows why. That's why these people that voted in the numbers that they voted, they'll probably never vote again because odds are we'll get a different type of candidate this time. And then Michael Gibbons, right on time, says, and you guys can read it. Hey, Tracy Rupp. Trump can't pardon state convictions. No wonder Trump calls MAGA morons poorly educated. John Jones. Why not the John Jones who you thinking in the UFC? Although he's a huge Trump supporter, I don't get that, but he is huge. Why doesn't Trump just have his people or whatever just go get her? Like nobody cares what radical left communists do or say. Just ignore them. These people believe because they want everyone to believe what they believe. They believe that the law doesn't apply to them. It doesn't apply to Trump. It only applies to the leftists who they don't like. Here it is. And this is Orally Ann Jobgin. She should have been free on day one. I say right now. This is what these people believe. And this is Kathy Fick, and you can see the thread. So what is she in prison for? I don't understand what the charges are. Jackie DeLage. Kathy Fick, it was a complete witch hunt. Ever notice how anything that they don't agree with is a witch hunt? Reminds me of a certain somebody, 47. She was about to prove voter fraud, so they shut her down and charged her with this BS. She was about to prove voter fraud. Okay. Ian Rankin. Kathy Fick, being a threat to the left. It's like Europe. The politicized courts have found you guilty before you're even charged. Michelle Bernier. Kathy Fick, election fraud tampering with voting booths is basically she's saying it is a crime. And then Kathy Fick, I just read up on it. I didn't get out of it though. Sounds like a setup. Everything is a setup. And then Janice K said, damn Democrats, this party should be the first ones to occupy Alcatraz. This guy believes that Alcatraz should be reopened. When we have all these different things going on, when we have the tariffs not doing what they're supposed to do, when campaign promises are not being made, when we are exploring shipping out people that are here legally, you have excuses being made in regard for this president and his administration to the likes that, I'm going to be quite frank, I really have never seen. Another comment, this person whose name I can't even pronounce, Trump is all America needs right now. Jim Wallace responds, hey, Hebery, we'll gladly ship Trump to Nigeria. We offer free shipping with Prime. So the back and forth, is always wild. It's always entertaining. But it brings me to really talk about a lot of this, a lot of companies, and I'm not going to go over a whole bunch of names. Unless people start naming me, I'm not going to start calling them out. I got a couple people who I do consider friends, people who I still talk to sometimes. Y'all done sold out for the right wing as of right now. You guys want to be so far in tune with the party because you want interviews with people in the party, or you want to make advancements in the party to where you are going against what's right and what's wrong. As far as diversity, equity, and inclusion, all of these things. People should be hired for the merit. And the one thing they won't say about DEI, like if I have a company, this is what I'm doing, right? Well, which we do. But let me break this down. Inclusion, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a company being diverse. There's nothing wrong with people being equal. It is wrong when you want to hire somebody just because of the color of their skin. And there is, and trust me when I tell you this, do not believe these right-wing people spewing an agenda, or these left-wing people spewing an agenda. No company that wants to make money will ever hire somebody just because of how they look, because they'll what? Lose money. And no one is prepared to lose money when they have a business. These people have sold you on thinking that these people and these FBI agents and these people in the Veterans Affairs, they were all getting hired because they were black. Not any other race, because they were black. Because see, this is what a lot of this is about. Black people, government jobs, people being outnumbered by Spanish people or immigrants or whatever because of the birth rates are going down. What are we going to do now? We're going to ship them out of here. Oh, guess what? People that are not citizens are still owed what? Due process. And that clearly is stated in our laws and bylaws, and I believe it's in the Constitution. So this is where we are. People want to sidestep the Constitution and thinks it doesn't apply to them. Watch the video again with Tina Peters. She's appalled that they would even come and touch her and grab her and do what they're supposed to do because she's a criminal. That's the difference. But there is always a bright side to things. You have people galvanizing. You have Republicans standing up. You have some Democrat politicians that are going to stand up and they're not going to deal with this nonsense. They're going to kind of push back. And then it's going to be hard for Trump to continue with a lot of the things that he's doing. I wrote an article. I said he's going to have 18 months to do what he needs to do. And then they're going to lose either the House or the Senate or whatever. And then he's going to have hell getting anything done. His executive orders are going to be more fluent and frequent. And they're only going to go so far because a lot of these judges in these courts are going to start to push back on him. And I'm telling you now, it's coming. It's going to come to an end. It's not going to stop. But eventually it's going to come to the end, and whether he's in office or not or whatever we have, that is what's going to happen because what goes up must come down. Again, subscribe to the channel. Remember, we don't do BS here. We don't do spin here. We just keep it real. Subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Thank you.